shot there of Minneapolis, Minnesota, where we're hanging out, giving you coverage of week 1 of the Madden Ultimate League. So far, 2 fantastic games, Rico. A thriller, to say the least, in the last one we just saw.
I'm still shaking my head about everything that Joel CP brought to the table. I don't know if he exerted more energy playing Madden or telling everybody about how great he was at playing Madden.
Well, either way, it worked out for him. He defeated Goes, moved to 1-0 to start off his Madden Ultimate League season. And now we've got quite a matchup for ourselves here, Rico. Skimbo, last year's Madden Championship champion, going against KIV, one of the best young talents that Madden's seen in a long time.
Yes, and KIV has been looking to get his first belt. We thought he was going to be able to get it in the Madden Challenge, lost a tough one to Dreeny, so he is definitely out for revenge.
No doubt about it. This is going to be a great game. 2 really, really accomplished Madden players. For a little bit more on this matchup, let's go down to Adrian Lawrence. Adrian?
Thanks, Dave. Each of the 16 competitors in the Madden Ultimate League, they're facing a lot of pressure to win. But you could say that no one has more pressure on him than the reigning Madden champion. I'm talking about Michael Skimbo. The 26-year-old from Claremore, Oklahoma, well, he has been playing elite Madden since he took the Madden 17 title. He's appeared in 2 of the 3 live EA majors, taking home the belt in the Madden Classic. You definitely know that he is on the hunt for back-to-back titles, but many would also say he's chasing GOAT status. Here's Michael Skimbo himself.
This year has been really good for me. I won the first term of the year, won 2 times, won 2 belts, and to be put in this situation, you know, I want to make it count. The biggest challenges I've had to face in this journey is just everyone coming at you. You know, when you're the best, you know, everyone wants to beat you, but I want to have it any other way because it makes my game go to that next level. People should be concerned about me in the Ultimate League because I'm always hungry. Some people think because of the success I've had that, you know, I'm not going to give it all I got, but I'm more hungry now than I was last year. There's no one I try to deny on who I want to face. Anyone I play, they can get it. Doesn't matter to me.
Skimbo made history earlier this year by becoming the only Madden competitor in the Madden Championship Series era to hold 2 championship belts, and he is definitely on the hunt for a 3rd. Back to you guys.
All right, it's Skimbo and KIV. That's enough, RG. Do I need to say anything else? I mean, these are 2 guys that have really cost each other a lot of opportunities. Skimbo kind of got the best of KIV for a while, but KIV's had the last word when we were going into the challenge.
Yeah, to give the context behind that, last year at the Madden Bowl that took place in Houston at the Super Bowl, Skimbo knocked out KIV of that tournament. And then later on at the Madden Challenge at the live event, Skimbo knocked out KIV as well. I mean, he's cost that young man about $70,000 in MCS earnings. But then this year, in online elimination, Skimbo, who had this amazing streak of making every single live event, ran into KIV in online elimination for the Madden Challenge, and KIV got over that hump, beat Skimbo, ended his streak, and then ended up making the finals of that Madden Challenge event. So there's definitely a rivalry going on right here.
There you see on the left, Michael Skimbo on the right. Young KIV. He's going to have some key players that are going to help him out there. He's got Wentz, Julio Jones, and if you haven't seen Mel Renfro, he can make plays.
Yeah, and one of the things we love about Ultimate Team is you get to see a guy like Julio Jones go up against a legend like Night Train Lane or Deion Sanders. And one of the most beautiful things about Ultimate Team is the control these guys have, and that they get to pick who they put on their roster. One of my favorites. And that Carson Wentz at quarterback, that's a popular item. I think both of those guys will have him at the helm at quarterback today.
That's what the young fella from Seattle will have. On the other side, it's Michael Skimbo from Claremore, Oklahoma. And he believes in the Carson Wentz theory as well. It's going to be his slinger back there with the conductor ability, Ed Reed, as he's been riding with him for a long time. And that Joey Bosa can get some block sheds that can really turn a game.
Yeah, and KIV, for those that don't know, KIV has a super pass-heavy type offense. So for Skimbo, he's going to need that Joey Bosa to get some pressure, get some sheds, and put pressure on KIV's quarterback.
Well, here we go. Skimbo and KIV here in the Ultimate League Week 1. And what a way to start this one off with a bang.
Yeah, and if you're at home, watch how these guys play offense. These are 2 of the most cerebral pass attacks that there are in the entire community, and the fact that they ended up in the same division is just bananas to me. This is going to be interesting.
You got Noble, Stevie J, and Spot Me Please in that. You can see this is the 16 players. This is the cream of the crop. This is the best of the best at Madden 18. And they were all seeded based on how they finished throughout the first couple majors in Madden 18, one that just concluded here at the Super Bowl in Minnesota. And now Skimbo and Young KIV, the two favorites in that division, but the sleeper it's got to be Spot Me Please. This is the guy that if you don't put respect on him, he might come up there and win the whole division.
Well, looking at that division, that's the only division where there's people in this division with 2 belts. Both Spot Me Please has a belt, and Skimbo has 2 belts of his own. So a total of 3 MCS championship belts in that division alone.
Part of that elite Division B. Skimbo's going to be rocking the Patriots. KIV with the Seahawks, and they've been that way ever since they've locked in on Madden. Those are their 2 favorite teams.
Yeah. This is just going to be a good old-fashioned offensive, high-powered, slang the rock all over the field match if I had a bet on it.
And here we go, 5-minute quarters. 30-second play clock. We're in salary cap mode. You got 34 players that you got to get under 900 salary cap. You're the GM, you're the coach. You're controlling them out on the field. And right now, Skimbo is going to kick the ball to KIV first to start this one. And he'll bring it out of his own end zone. Past the 20 and brought down at the 24-yard line.
See how this goes. We haven't seen KIV since the championship game at the Madden Challenge. We hadn't seen, and keep in mind, the guy Joel, who we just watched play, KIV knocked him out of the Madden Challenge, so that speaks wonders to KIV's game right there.
And that's a long time for KIV to have to let what happened to him sink in. It's been festering. I'm sure he can't wait to get back on the field, and here's his first play. Wentz slings it outside, and here comes a quick second down.
Yeah, and both of these players, you're not going to see them make a lot of bad reads. How we saw interceptions in that Joel Ghost game go back and forth, back and forth. You're not going to see this in this ball game. These guys are going to make crispy reads. They'll throw the ball away. They're going to both be in this gun bunch formation. They'll protect their quarterback. So 2 amazing offensive minds going up against each other in this one.
Second down. Wentz throws it over the middle, and there is Grant. Past the midfield to the 42-yard line. And Jakeem Grant from the Dolphins hauls it in.
Mike Skim clicked on, tried to get the swat, didn't get the animation he wanted. KIV with the possession catch, big game.
Now on first down, low throw to Julio Jones, who somehow does a Houdini down to the 18.
That was mad Houdini-ish, wasn't it? Little possession catch, bounce back up in stride.
First and 10.
Definitely looked a little awkward.
We've seen some wackiness. Wentz now. Extra pressure, and I'll push him back to the 30 as Brown got in there.
And KIV's known for taking a lot of sacks. He doesn't force the ball down the field. And last year in our MCS championship, he was the most sacked player in the entire tournament, but he also had some of the best passing numbers. So he's definitely not afraid to take that sack, which is a good thing. You'd rather take the sack than force the ball into coverage down the field.
Didn't make our final 32. Got beat by Killer Mike in the Seahawks Club Championship. He's trying to strike first. There's Hester, and Devin takes it to the 22.
I should say, Scott, too, both of these guys rocking the same exact playbooks, both in the West Coast offense and the New England Patriots defense.
That defense is known for being a hybrid style, 4-3-3-4, but it's all about that 3-3-5 odd. 3rd and 14. Wentz surveying. No one open, thought about scrambling, and a great click in that sent Kraus, and that's going to force a 4th down.
Yeah, when you say that click in, Scott, that's the mechanic where the play's going on and the quarterback snapped the ball. If you click in the right stick, the closest defender to the quarterback will abandon his assignment and go into chase ball after the quarterback. That's what you saw Skimbo do to Paulie Kraus right there.
So holds him to a field goal in his opening drive. And now KIV will give Skimbo his first look of the day.
You see how many people do that pooch kick. I'm still surprised we haven't seen anyone do what Deliverance did, where he came out an onside kick.
Has his hands team out there.
Gets the hands team out there, then audible to normal kick return. So when you do the pooch kick, you got a speedster right there that's catching that pooch kick.
In his case, it was Randy Moss.
Yeah, and he had some success with that. It's very interesting. It's usually a copycat type league.
We've seen Skimbo do this. Gets in that pistol formation, tries to see if he can get some movement along the line, and then he sets up into the bunch. But that time, Jamal Charles goes nowhere. Boy, Jamal Charles is phenomenal at Texas. Had some good seasons with the Chiefs, but some injuries has had him falling off from where he once was, but still serviceable for Michael Skinbow. 2nd and 10. Rolls to the left. And good coverage downfield. And now here's a 3rd down.
You see Skimbo roll out a lot. He's one of the best at moving away from the pressure with his quarterback. He's willing to roll out, scramble, and do what he needs to do to buy extra time to let his routes develop. It's not even a question in my mind either, Scott. He is the best at that.
And low throw to Brendan Cooks. And the speedster takes it to the 48.
Read right here by Skim. Quick hike throw. Finds Cooks. But I want you to pay attention to it, Scott. When Skimbo drops back with his quarterback, watch how good he is with the movements. He's got to watch the blitz here, though. KIV might be sending the dogs.
Skimbo was ranked #1. Coming in to this Ultimate League, but you can throw the ranks out the windows now. 10 games, 12 of these players will make the playoffs.
Yeah, the only ranks that matter is the standings in this Ultimate League going forward.
Trying to get off to a good start, and nice throw to Grant. Low ball at the 35. 1st down, Skimbo.
It's funny, these guys' game plans are just so similar. Same playbooks. Both love that 3-3-5 odd and the gun bunch.
And there's Delaney. Is anybody going to catch him? Forced out at the 7. 1st and goal.
Skimbo's willingness to check down Coltrane is amazing. He's not going to force anything downfield. If you give him the flats, he'll take the flats. Truly surgical in his offensive approach.
And Charles is actually going to lose a yard. 2nd and goal from the 8. Will Skimbo take the lead? He trails by 3. Had X and found him. Touchdown, Skimbo. And gave a little look over his shoulder to his buddy Dub Dot.
You just want to talk about poise. You want to talk about offense. You want to talk about preparation. You want to talk about world-class Madden. You're talking about Michael Skimbo at that point.
7-3 now with 58 seconds remaining in the quarter.
And you got to call out, Skimbo's become a superstar. This young man from Claremore, Oklahoma. The only person to win 2 championship belts. I mean, we're here at the NFL Experience, and you walk around with him, and there's kids stopping him all over the place. They want to take a picture. They want to pick his brain. They've seen him on TV. And Skimbo's got a really bright future ahead of him in this whole competitive gaming esports stuff that's going on.
Or spot me please in this division. He's actually in the crowd, not playing tonight. sure to see him down the road, so he's taking a long look at both of these guys because he's going to be in the same division.
Should have got Spot Me up in the booth with us. We had Skimbo in the booth with us for a quarter yesterday during the club championship finals. They started tweeting at him, calling him Tony Romo, where he was predicting what was going on.
1st and 10.
Skim Romo.
Spot Me Please is very well spoken as well. Knows a lot about the game, and you got to when you get to this level. I mean, come on.
And such a class act. I think one of the most impressive things about Spot Me is he's a guy that has, you know, a wife, a kid. He works full-time
job,
and he's still able to play the game at the highest level. So he doesn't have any. He has plenty of excuses, but he doesn't let those get in the way.
There comes Sam Shields. Low cap and a lot of speed, and that's why he's one of the favorites.
Yeah, that's Sam Shields. He's only a 59 overall on a scale of 99. It only costs you 14 cap. And he's been known to make some plays. That speed's all he really needs.
So 3rd and 18. Final play of the quarter. And Grant is going to make it 4th and manageable on the other side with the first quarter coming to close. Skimbo 7, KIV 3. So at the end of one, 7-3. Michael Skimbo looking confident, went down and got a touchdown on his first drive. KIV stalled out in the red zone, and really, right now, that's the only difference in this one, RG.
Yeah, but right now, KIV's got a big 4th and 5 coming up, and he can't stall out right here. Michael Skimbo's too good on offense for you to not keep up scoring with him. This is a big play right here for the KIVer.
4th and 5. Here to start the second quarter. KIV's going to go for it on his own 43.
Young KIV, Shea Kivlin, Seattle, Washington.
Bunch to the right, Solo to the left. And KIV and Pete Carroll are going to talk about it.
No problem taking a timeout right there. This is a big play. It's the first half. You can't take those timeouts with you to the second half. 4th and 5. You better come out and cook up some of your best stuff right here against the #1 player in the world, Mike Skin.
Has time, has a man. Devin Hester from the U. The speedster with the first down.
Look at KIV. That's just savage right there on 4th and 5. Good route combination, an underneath crossing route, one over the top. Threads the needle, gets the big first down, and doesn't even give you a facial expression.
How good was Devin Hester? Set all kind of kickoff return, special teams, punt, return records.
And maybe the most impressive thing being the first player ever in John Madden football to get that 100 speed rating. Given
and well deserved
to our own ratings czar himself, our new stats czar, Donnie Moore.
Which Donnie Moore is now part of this big esports movement for Madden and really puts the time in the works. And let's be honest, he spends a lot of time in Microsoft Excel.
Yeah, I mean, some of the stats that Donnie will find on these players and give back to us is just phenomenal stuff. One of the unsung heroes of the broadcast.
You know, sometimes you sound really smart. He and a couple other guys are a lot of the reason why.
It's pretty much him.
In the red zone at the 15. 1st and 10. And there's McKinnon. And he'll pick up a few. That'll bring up 2nd and 7. Trying to take the lead, trailing by 4.
It's like we talked about, Scott. Neither one of these guys making a lot of mistakes. Playing good John Madden football, good reads. Methodically moving the ball. This is just high-level Madden.
Carson Wentz using his legs to buy time, and he'll just throw it away. And here comes a key 3rd down in this one. Remember, he stalled out last time.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. This is a hard 7 yards to get. Skimbo, when you can play defense and you're a world-class player and you don't got to worry about giving up that deep ball, it really opens up that defense for you.
You can see it's like he's got 4 middle linebackers with those safeties up. Good user, but it doesn't matter because Grant hauls it in on that corner route.
A little bit different reaction from KIV compared to a guy like Joel after he makes a big play. Look at him. I scored a touchdown on Skim. I'm swagging around. I'm feeling good about myself. Young KIV focused at the task at hand. Just takes a little sip of water.
10 plays, 80 yards. And he takes the lead with 3:16 to go.
Just gotta say, let's be real. KIV's got the best lettuce in the game, huh?
You know, when we're out in California, I don't mind the holes in the jeans, but when it's like -10 out there, is that the move?
He's a fashionable guy. He's got the coat on, the boots.
You see this throw again, and that's crispy find.
KIV always, Skimbo just always looks so concerned. Whether he's
perplexed. Like, how did that even happen? That's not supposed to happen on me. And he throws the same route and maybe got away with one.
Look at Skim's number. He's 5 for 5 right now. Scott, 86 yards and a touchdown. You see him, he just gets away. Nobody's better at protecting their quarterback than Michael Skimbo. If you're at home, you really need to pay attention to that. It's one of the small things he does that's just better than everybody else.
He looked over at KIV and told him, good defense. And here on 1st and 10, it's much of the same. 2nd and 10, right dead at the 50.
That small play right there is just something that contributes to Skim's greatness. He rolls away from the blitz, gets out to the left, and just throws the ball away, doesn't force anything downfield.
There's a hit. Lucky. And they didn't call that a fumble. 3rd and 10. Dodged a bullet.
Like the opposite of Romo out here. As soon as you start giving him homage for something.
You're the jinx.
It's got to stop.
3rd and 10, Wentz. And Cooks just dropped it.
That's a tough break right there for Mike Skim. But you see him, he keeps his composure right there. He's going to go for it on 4th and 10, Scott. This is a big play. This is a big play right here.
Bunch to the left. Wentz. And Grant able to hang on to that one. 100 passing yards thus far, and it's a 1st down.
Low throw pass with the possession catch.
1st and 10. 2:22 to go. Ball at the 36. Carson rolls away and throws it away.
You should remember, Scott, this isn't just, you know, it's a regular season game, week 1. Some implications here, but the thing that's cool about each one of these matches is there's $1,000 on the line for each match outside of the $500,000 prize pool.
And that was a small window, but a big score.
And Skim, right when I bring up the $1,000, he's thinking about securing that bag. It's a big route in there, little rack catch, touchdown.
The extra point up and good.
These guys are just going to go back and forth all day long. This is what we've learned to expect from these two when they get on the sticks versus each other.
Usually comes down to who has the ball last, and with 2:09, KIV's going to get an opportunity. And there is Devin Hester, and you bet he's bringing it out. So he'll go to work at the 29. Let's take a look at this again. This is a tight window. And Skimbo able to take the lead 14-10. That's a huge drive for KIV.
Yes, it is. 2:05, he has plenty of time.
Julio takes a big hit. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning with the ball at the 46. Wentz. And there's that Joey Bosa with a little bit of containment. And the clock is on the move, 2nd and 14.
Part of the reason people like that Joey Bosa so much, Scott, is he has a 90 power move rating and a 90+ finesse move rating. So no matter what, when he's pass rushing that quarterback, he has a strong chance of beating that blocker and getting you a sack.
90 seconds to go in the half. And there is Devin Hester. Haven't seen a lot of him, but all of a sudden he's a favorite for KIV.
And KIV just staying calm, business as usual. Marching up the field against the #1 player in the world, no big deal.
This one's thrown a bit too far to the outside. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 at the 40 with 1:12 to go in the first half.
Be interested to see all the scores that these guys had in their history. I'm curious if any of the games ever went more than one possession. It seems like it's always just so close when these two play.
A couple times it's come down to one play. Gonna mark them just shy, 3rd and 1. And we're gonna have a minute to go here in the 2nd quarter.
These are two players that are familiar with each other. They have a lot of respect for each other.
A wide open Grant. And Jakeem will put him in the red zone.
And Skimbo uses a timeout. Stops the clock, maybe hoping to get the ball back himself. Trying to do some damage before half, but right now he needs to focus on making sure KIV doesn't get a touchdown here.
A delay. Good job getting off the block and making the tackle. 2nd and 12. Timeout number 2 for Skim. He's got 1 remaining.
A little bit of a different emotional vibe than that Joel Ghost game, huh?
These guys are letting their play do the talking. 46 seconds to go. Ball at the 17. Needs 12. Wentz going up top. I don't know. There's some rule somewhere that might have counted for 3.
I think I've never seen the throwaway just go straight through the upright.
3rd and 12. Trying not to have to settle for a field goal here.
It's Skim out of his 3-3-5 odd in this game. He's been running a lot of that 1-4-6 dollar look against KIV.
McKinnon. It's a safe call, and Skimbo will use his final timeout. And on 4th and 8, KIV will try to make it a 1-point game. Kick is up, and it is good. 14-13 with 34 seconds to go in the half.
Oh, and here it is. There goes Skim. Taking a page out of Deliverance's playbook.
Puts the hands team in and then sets up for the long kick. And there's Delaney. He'll take it. He'll get a block. Got caught up in his own man, and he knows if he could have ran by that block clean, could have been interesting.
Yeah, and that would have been big. All those extra yards would have been significant for him on this drive with only 30 seconds, no timeouts. Skim going to do all he can to get into field goal range here, get himself some points before the end of the half.
KIV caught in the neutral zone. That'll move him ahead 5 yards for Skimbo. 1st and 5 of the 47. Just shy of midfield. And he's got no timeouts. Wentz. Scrambling. Throwing.
Look at Skim. Rare reaction there from Mike Skimbo.
Trying to pass lead to the outside and couldn't find his target. KIV brings the pressure back. Look at all that space on the outside. 2nd and 5.
You got to protect your quarterback here. You don't want a sack, fumble, or a forced turnover.
See if he can get out of bounds, and he will. Makes it to the other 47. He's got 18 ticks remaining in the half.
It's ironic that the Patriots are playing the Eagles in the Super Bowl, but here we are with Carson Wentz in a Patriots jersey.
Checks down and gets out of bounds. To the 42 now. Remember, he's got Greg the leg.
94 overall.
So he's flirting with field goal range. Got to get out of bounds, though. And he throws it again. And just like that, that could have been a three-point throw.
Oh, that is going to be a three-point throw, bearing anything tragic on the field goal attempt. But he's in Legatron territory right here. I think he needs to be careful about if he runs a play, which he's going to do. If he doesn't get out of bounds or throw this ball away, he has no timeouts. I don't know how he'll get that field goal off. He's just going to spike it. Oh, I know what's going to... This is brilliant. This is brilliant, Scott. He's just going to spike this a couple more times so he can take seconds off of the play clock. This is brilliant strategy right here.
You call it brilliant, I call it diabolical. 3rd and 10.
This is scum tactics at its finest, and I approve.
The lineup for the kick. It's going to be a 51-yarder before the half, and he fakes it.
What was going on there, Mike Skim?
I'm asleep.
Did you see how frustrated Skim was right there? Still a second left.
Yeah, 1 second.
I'm shocked. I mean, we've seen Skimbo pull out the fake field goal and have success before, but those were in extra point situations on a PAT. That far, was he expecting to turn that into a touchdown? Did he press the wrong button? It's a good question for Adrian. Ask Skim what happened on that one if we get a chance.
Throws it toward the end zone, and it's picked off. And now you got to be careful not to give up the return. And Amos can't get it going, and that's how the half will end. 14-13. Skimbo with a 1-point lead here at the half. Interesting chain of events at the end of the half for Skimbo. Would have had an opportunity to kick a 51-yarder, and then what the what?
Yeah, he does a fake field goal. Well, it's, you know, it's not absurd, but from that far out, the chances of converting that for a touchdown with no timeouts, it seemed like a mental lapse that we're not used to seeing from Skim.
So the start of the third quarter, 1-point game between Skimbo and KIV. And I know it seems like everyone has a rivalry with Skimbo, but these guys have faced each other quite a bit over the last couple seasons.
This is the original Skimbo rivalry. Well, I guess the original Skimbo rivalry was Skimbo Mo.
Yeah, probably Serious Mo.
Skimbo Serious Mo. You can't take that away from them. That was a good that's a good rivalry too. What are Skim's top 3 rivalries? What do you think? Mo,
for sure.
KIV, Problem.
Yeah, probably, especially with the chain of events the other night.
Yeah.
Problem probably finds its way up there.
Yeah, Problem on the scoreboard against Skim now at live events. And ironically enough, Skim's got a rivalry with his good friend Dubby. They faced off a couple of times in these live events.
It was this time last year. That was at Super Bowl 51 where Dubby beat Skimbo and then went on to beat Problem to win the Madden Bowl. 1st and 10. 1-point game at the 48. Bunch to the left. Charles really hasn't been the answer for him. We talked about these bench players that they're going to have to be able to rotate, and You might want to try to find an answer at running back.
The problem with Skim's offense is the only running play we see from him is that halfback draw out of the gun bunch. He doesn't have the base, which was a big part of his offense last year. There's no inside zone, no read option. It's halfback draw, and that's it. And I think people have figured that out.
3rd and 5 at the 44. That's the opportunity to go up 8 over KIV. Low throw, and it's picked.
Oh, and KIV's letting him hear about it. A real bad read from Skim. KIV's asking him, what are you doing?
And that's Duke Riley. Who? With a pick.
Wow, big play by KIV, and Skim not happy. The botched fake field goal attempt before half. An interception on his opening drive to start the second half.
That was the most feared version of Riley, and he throws a pick right back.
And Skip's talking to him. Oh, he's pointing at him, Scott. Oh, they're getting chirpy. And you can't do that if you can't trash talk. What are you doing? What are you doing? And then you come back and throw it into double coverage right back at Skim, and Skim lets him have it. Oh, look at the look from KIV.
Tells him to sit down.
Got some action.
Well, we might have to move this Skimbo and KIV rivalry into the #1 spot for Skimbo. Wow.
Oh, that was some good stuff right there. And KIV, he doesn't look happy.
2nd and 10 here in the 3rd quarter. 3:37 to go. The lead is 1. There's Cooks.
Oh, no, KIV might have woke up a sleeping giant. But Mike Skimbo.
1st and 10 now.
See Skim rolling out.
Finds Cooks. Cooks has got some space. Brought down at the 31.
I feel like if I had Skimbo's pocket presence, I'd never lose a game, Scott. The way he just rolls out, protects that quarterback, finds the open receiver, just makes it look easy.
That puts Skimbo in fake field goal range. 1-point game.
I can assure you that play is completely out of Skimbo's game plan after the way that last one went down. Skimbo has very little tolerance for poor execution.
Yeah, those were points. Gets a block and slides down. Because let's think about this. You kick the field goal. Let's assume you made it. 51-yarder for Greg the Leg. It probably would have gone through. You'd be up 4 points right now with a chance to go up 11.
Yeah.
At the very minimum, you'd be going up a touchdown.
Yeah.
2nd and 7. And he's been so good throughout the years, what I call double dipping the chip, which is a quick score before the half, and then in your opening drive, you get one.
Not a fan of double dipping the chip.
No,
but
you don't.
Now, here's the in real life. But if you flip the chip the other way and then go back to dip it, and the side that you didn't dip initially, is that okay?
This is why when we go eat wings, I get my own ranch. You know, you get your ranch, I'll get my ranch. Because it's like having your whole mouth in the ranch.
No, 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 no. I take a bite of the bone. I dip the boneless tender into the ranch, take a bite, and then the other side of it that I haven't, then that goes into the ranch again.
And on 2nd and 5, a rumble. And by the way, you lost me at boneless.
So it's a bootleg double dip. I'm a bone-in guy, too.
Okay, all right.
I can eat.
I'm close enough to put hands on you. 3rd and 2 from the 5.
Wings out here in Minnesota are nothing like they were when we were out of Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo. Well, come on now.
Buffalo.
There's a reason they're called Buffalo wings.
You know, they were cooking with them wings, Scott. It's a big play.
3rd and 2. Ball at the 5.
Good hit.
It's going to pin on the spot. He's going to be short 4th and inches. Now what do you do, RG?
This is interesting.
Got to go.
I think if you skim, you're going to go for this.
Got to try to sneak it.
The problem with the sneak is a guy like KIV's going to have defense, and it's not very powerful this year.
The sneak is like a scratch-off ticket. You never know what you're going to get.
Very true. Well said.
And there's a move to the outside, and he just got to the line and was hoping to get some extra yards in the first down. He'll back him up 5, and he'll kick the field goal here, we assume. You see him usering with Jarrell Peppers back there, and it is up and it's good. Man, the heat was coming.
Oh man, KIV with a little glitchy jump off that line, goes for the block, unsuccessful. That's a win right there for the KIVer though, to hold Skim to 3 right there.
It was after back-to-back turnovers and a little trash talk in between.
Uh-oh, Hester. So Hester with that R light up under him. He has that return ability, which means his stamina bar, when he gets the ball in a kick return, stays full stamina the whole time so he can stay at his top speed.
Until he makes that first move.
Until you try a spin or a juke or you get hit by a defender. But until that happens, you got full speed.
Dion also has that same chemistry. 2 amazing returners. One went to Florida State, one went to Miami. And let's be honest, down in the state of Florida, you got some speed.
Yeah. And with that ability, it's not a, it's not a game changer. It's not going to guarantee a kick return every time, or it may not be a factor, but when it does kick in that right time, it can be a difference maker.
2nd and 11. Wentz couldn't get that second foot in bounds. And now here comes a key 3rd and 11 for KIV, trailing by 4 with only 40 seconds to go in the 3rd.
It's interesting seeing Skim running this dollar type defense. Big dime, 1-4-6. We're used to seeing him in that 3-3-5 odd that he made so popular this year, but he's obviously watched some tape on KIV and something about this big dime 1-4-6 that he likes against this gun punch formation.
If you missed it, Skimbo actually used the timeout there. He has 2 remaining. Bunch to the right, Jones solo to the left. Carson throws. Julio. He's going to make it 4th and manageable at the 33, and he's going to go with some tempo.
Uh-oh.
Not a fan.
This is a big play.
Not a fan of the tempo.
And I like that by Skim right there. This is a big 4th down. You've already used one of your timeouts. You don't want KIV to hurry to the line, quick hike here. You're not in the defense you want to be in. I wouldn't be surprised. He's going to go to the 3-3-5 odd right here for a short yardage situation.
Well, the other thing is, if
yeah,
you
there
have
it is. That's the 3-3-5 odd, Scott.
If you have your line on aggressive and then they go tempo on you. And wide open Julio Jones. What I'm saying is if you have your line on aggressive and you go tempo and you quick snap it again, you might get 5 yards, and that would have been a 1st down, but instead finds Julio.
That's a really good point too, Coltrane. Really good point.
Wide open is Julio. And that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd. Skimbo with a 17-13 lead, but KIV is on a drive. Back here at the start of the 4th quarter. 4-point game here in the Elite Division B. These guys will face each other in week 10, the final week of the season. It might come down to that to see who wins this division.
I don't want to wait that long to see the rematch. One more.
5 minutes to go in this one. Wentz topples over his own lineman, and that's the 3rd sack of the game for Skim.
KIV just tries to scramble. Wentz trips over his own offensive lineman, falls flat on his face. 3-yard loss.
2nd and 13 at the 35. And that's a nice find. Almost picked off, but Hester able to clutch it from disaster.
I mean, I know this is a catch, but look at Skim click onto Butler and run and almost undercut that throw for an interception. Skim knows he almost got that one, almost made a phenomenal play. See Serious Mo in the background there, looking on.
Scrambling, and he'll just live to fight another down. 2nd and 10 from the 20, and a field goal just won't do it.
Serious Mo in attendance right there. You saw him the shot. He's the first belt winner in this MCS era, and when he won that belt, he beat none other than Michael Skimbo.
It's been a
championship game.
Long grind for both of these guys throughout this whole season as Wentz gets loose, still on his feet. And not only is this game a grind, but this is going to be what this whole Ultimate League is all about, RG.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you're talking about the top 16 players in the world, Scott. There's going to be no sweet games. Everybody's going to be elite level, world-class competition. And to me, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to competitive Madden.
First and goal at the 7. Watch the fullback dive from Bo. That's where he goes. Maybe eked out a yard. Second and goal from the 6 in a 4-point game. Got to punch it in here. Has all 3 timeouts.
Given the single back doubles flex formation. It's a new little look that we haven't seen from him.
He's got to flip it.
See the pitch play art. Gonna be a pitch left here.
And he's going to end up facing a delay of game.
Ooh.
And that'll back him up to the 11.
Look at Skim, he's thinking about it.
And he will take the penalty, and he had to think about it because now young Kiv's got more room to operate.
Yeah, I mean, if you Skim, you really are thinking about declining that.
Well, now you got 21 yards to pass it in there.
Exactly.
Counting the end zone.
And Kiv's so prolific and surgical with that passing attack. But nonetheless, I think the fact that Kiv can't get the first down, Skim said, why not? Let me back him up a little bit.
He's going to hand it off. And McKinnon gets submarined at the 7.
Kiv only has 6 rushes for 9 yards. We told you, these guys like to air the ball out, Scott. We weren't joking.
It's like a mid-80s Dolphins and Chargers game.
2-down territory for the Kiver, in my opinion.
3rd and goal.
Skim's got to watch that deep post route from
Wentz,
the tight end.
quick drop, quick throw. Out of the back of the end zone. Now it's 4th and goal. RG, you've been here a million times. What do you do?
The way this game's gone, if I'm Kiv, I'm going for it right here.
And he will.
Yeah, this is big.
Bunch to the left.
Biggest play of the game.
Julio is solo to the right. Got to make sure you eye the quarterback here on 4th down.
It's going to be insane. Skim's going to send the dogs, I think, right here. Yep, there's the blitz.
Wentz, low throw, and Hester. Touchdown, Kiv.
And young Kiva comes up big on 4th down. In a hell game with the #1 player in the world, Mike Skimbo. Yet to beat him at a live event. And he's got the lead up 3 with 2:35 left in the 4th. How will Mike Skim respond? And I should tell you, Coltrane, he needs to respond here because he used those timeouts earlier in this half. He only has 1 left. So if he's not able to turn this drive right here into points, it's going to look gloomy and grim for Mike Skim.
3-point game. 2:35 to go. Kiv with the lead. And oh boy, I hate to bring this up, but when's the last time Michael Skimbo steps out at the 8? That gets pretty scummy. Take a look at this again before I query.
Right when you think you got the scum kick taken care of. Look at Kim showing some emotion. Mo with a little fist bump in the background there as Skim shows some frustration. You know who Mo's rooting for.
My question is when's the last time Michael Skimbo has lost back-to-back games? That could happen. Problem got him yesterday.
That's a good question.
Kiv might get him now. Top Madden in the building.
Been all the way back in Madden 16 at that MCS championship that Stiff won.
A is open. And it's dropped. Took forever to get there.
What are you doing? And look at Kiv. He's starting to show some emotion. He can sniff the W.
3rd and 10. The deficit is 3 for Skim.
Oh, Skim looks worried up there on the stage right now, Scott.
He's got the ball at the 8. Standing in the shadows.
Oh, look at those face cams right there. Look at the focus of those 2 players.
You got to run your money play right here. You need 10. Got to get rid of it, and it gets batted down. Looked like he had a man, and it was B coming across. That was Jakeem Grant, and that would have been a first down.
Kim not happy. Kim trying to establish dominance in this division right here with a big week 1 win over Skim, 4th and 10. This is pretty much the game, Cole.
Got to get to the 18. Quick throw. And you're kidding me.
He's got it. He's got it. And Kim says, you're bad. Kim says, you know what? It's bad. It's awful. But I'll take it. Threads the needle. Possession catch. And he's still alive. And that's discouraging if you're Kim, because you give Mike Skim a fresh set of downs. He's known to do something with it.
You saw Grandpa drag back there. Sort of walked away from it. Couldn't believe it.
Oh, this is big. This is the nitty-gritty, Scott.
2-0 warning. Throw to the outside.
Almost worked.
And Cooks. Skimbo's living on the edge.
Look at Kim. It's a game of inches. As Al Pacino said, you got to fight for that inch. Any given Sunday. Not a battle.
Wentz. Throws off his back foot. Late throw to Grant. I think after those last 2 throws, you got to be a little careful. And with the drop there, it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, this is officially the Guap drive.
Low throw to Cooks. Picks up. No. They're going to mark it at the 48. Boy, he's had so many tight throws. 170 yards for Cooks on 10 receptions. 17 yards a clip, even I know that.
These are the type of matchups we're going to see in the Ultimate League all year long, Coltrane. Elite level competition. Fighting for their piece of that $500,000. The glory, the belt.
It's a big hit right here. Boom.
Use a hit stick, too.
2nd and 3. Remember, he's only got 1 timeout. Had to use 2 earlier. And RG is gasping on every throw. 3rd and 2.
It was scary. Looked like it might have got yicked.
Bunch to the left. Grant to the right. Needs to get to the 38. And that's it. That'll do it.
Oh, man. Kim is showing some emotion. Wow. Kim looks angry. I don't know if you like him when he's angry.
He's got B open early right there. And throws it to the other side. And he's going to bend the knee. And they'll shake hands. And Skimbo will not use his final timeout as Harrison Smith with a game-saving interception, 20-17. KIV is your winner. And so that's how this one will end. Put another one in the rivalry between Skimbo and young KIV. Just a 3-point game. That's last 2 times Skimbo's come out, he's lost both of them.
I'm just impressed with young KIV coming out with some fire in his heart, showing some emotion in a hell game against Mike Skimbo. Comes up big on that last drive. And people don't know, young KIV is one of the most consistent players we've had on the circuit for the last several years. He hasn't won a belt yet, but besides that, his accolades are way up there with the best of them. And boy, did that young man put on right there in that game against Mike Skim in week 1. If that's what Ultimate League's going to be about, I want more, Coltrane.
I think we'll come back for some more of that action. KIV with a big win. He's standing by with Adrian Lawrence.
KIV, very dominant performance over Skimbo. You had yet to beat him at a live event. You've attained that. How do you feel?
That don't matter. I beat him the last 2 times, so hopefully we're going for another third when we match up again.
And it was a very tight game the entire time. What makes it so difficult to beat Skimbo?
He's great on offense. He makes good adjustments to your offense as well on defense. He's a good second half player, and he's one that has knocked me out so many times. So it's a great win right now.
And in the Ultimate League, we have a change up in the rules where you have more access to more players. How are you capitalizing on that to improve your game?
Well, I'm a Mutt-Head junkie, so I'm going to look through all the players that I can find and see who's glitchy and stuff, and see what I can do with those 70 players, really.
Well, you definitely dominated with them today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Adrian. We appreciate that. You know, Rico, that first half, we were commenting to each other. Everybody's quiet, focused, locked in. That second half, the play picked up, the capping picked up. What a game, huh?
Yeah, and you know, KIV's always known for his offensive prowess, but his defense is what stepped up and really got him that win. As you can see, Skimbo started out his offensive self. He has that bunch clicking on all cylinders.
That's right. We heard RG mention during the broadcast, he only has that one run play out of the bunch. Still able to move the ball through the air, but KIV showed up on defense and on offense as we see him rolling out and just getting that throw off before he gets hit, get himself into field goal range. He wasn't satisfied with that. He wanted to go all the way in for 6, and he did. Skimbo a little confused on that.
And that wasn't the only time Skimbo was confused. KIV was able to mix up his coverages. Skimbo got the best of him on this to take the lead, but KIV would not be outdone.
Yeah, really back and forth all game, 17-13. The low ball pass for the touchdown. KIV taking the lead. Kind of maybe a little bit out of character, letting him know, capping right at him, and then on the final drive here, Skimbo trying to fit the ball in. A really nice route, jumped right there. Saw KIV turn around, give Serious Smooth some dabs. That was a really, really fantastic game. Rico, this is week 1 of the Ultimate League right now.
And on that 4th and goal play, I was happy to be watching with Dubby, Ghost, Joke, Musafa, Jag, Spot Me, Drini. Everybody was debating, should he go for it? Should he not? Obviously, going for it was the right call.
It was indeed 20-17. Young KIV takes the victory. We have one more game for today to kick this thing fully off for the Ultimate League, and it is quite a matchup. It is Problem, who's coming off of a really tough loss yesterday in the club championship, taking on Dubby. 2 of the biggest characters, 2 of the biggest names, 2 of the biggest talents in the entire Madden community. You see them there. Dubby's got the Philly jersey, the Need It hoodie. I mean, he's feeling good.
Yes, Dubby has his Eagles in the Super Bowl, and he's in the Ultimate League looking for both to get a Super Bowl. Problem, got the Skimbo monkey off of his back, but still came up a little short. He's looking to get that momentum going back against Dubby.
That's going to be the Legend B division. Dubby, we mentioned, one of the biggest characters in Madden. Let's take a look at how he handled the Super Bowl experience.
What's up, y'all? It's Dubby, and we're here at the Minneapolis Convention Center at the Madden booth, and we've been here all week interacting with fans, giving them a chance to play Madden and get to check out the best Madden players in the world. There's a lot of comparisons between being a great Madden player and being an NFL head coach. We have to deal with the clock, we have to manage our players, we have to make sure they're not tired, and clock management is probably the biggest aspect that translates from Madden into real football. I feel, in fact, Madden players could do a better job at clock management than most NFL coaches.
It's always a good time. No matter where Dubby's at, it's going to be a party. Is that not right, Rico?
Yes, it is. He has fun everywhere he goes because he's always there. He makes his own fun.
That's right. That's a good quality to have. Pretty solid. If you guys want to watch the Madden Ultimate League on your TV, you got to tune in on Disney XD and the ESPN app starting February 8th. 9 p.m. Eastern, and make sure to mark those calendars. The Ultimate League Final is going to be on ESPN2 on April 28th, live from the NFL Draft. Rico, we got one more fantastic matchup. You got to come on back. You got to check out Problem against Dubby. A whole lot more Week 1 coverage from the Madden Ultimate League at the Super Bowl Experience. See you in a few.
Big.